All right, guys. So it is time to create your thesis, okay? And those of you at home, you can't talk to your same topic group, but you can be thinking about this. So it says get with your group and talk about your thesis statements, help each other. You can have the same thesis as someone else, all right? So you should have already read your articles, and now you're filling in these three here, okay? And it says down here that you should be working in your gathering text evidence graphic organizer. That's where you will be typing this, okay? So McDonald's, the question, how has McDonald's been so successful all these years? McDonald's restaurants have been so successful because, all right, so this is where you want to type in your three items, okay? Has it been so successful because it adapts to other countries? That is one. That's from Article 3. Because it adapts its food and service to other countries. So I'm giving you one there if you need one. And then what are two other reasons that it's been successful that you can talk about? Remember, you don't want your points to be super specific. When I say adapted to other countries, adapts to other countries' food and customs or whatever, that means I can talk about any country, any way it's adapted. I didn't put because it adapted to Japan's burger. That's very limited. If I put other countries, I can talk about a bunch of things. Okay, for COVID, how are people stepping up during the pandemic? The pandemic has been tragic, but people are stepping up and helping out by, my first one could be creating face masks for the deaf. Okay, and then that whole paragraph can be about what that designer is doing. That would be one of my points. All right. For the COVID one, honestly, you have three articles. You could have each point of your thesis be about one of the articles and talk about each of those. All right. And if you're doing being grateful, why is it important to be grateful? Thesis, it is important to be grateful because, okay, I know in one of the articles it talks about it's good for your mental health. All right, that's summarizing. Then you can talk about the things that it does for your mental health, if it improves your mood or all these things. So I've given you at least 1 point for your thesis for each topic. So take that topic and then try to create two more. Okay? So that is what you're doing today. Try to create that. And I would love it. You could email me and tell me your thesis and see if it's okay. It's a quick email like, how does this sound? And then I can give you a little feedback and we can have that conversation. So feel free to email me, or if you come to class today, come to class at 2:15 when I have live class. That'd be a great time to talk about it too. All right. So you want to do that. And then gathering text evidence, then you can start gathering the text evidence. So if you look at this, I'm going to present this to make it bigger. Okay. Gathering text evidence. So here's an article. Okay. And what I did, Halloween has many rich traditions in blank, blank, and blank. And my three points were Ireland, Mexico, and Italy. So this is talking about Ireland. So under Ireland, I'm answering traditions. They have bonfires. I see that there are bonfires. So I'm going to write that over here. And then I need to put my source. So I just abbreviated it, Halloween around the world, and I put it right there. They also have, they have costumes. So I wrote that here, and then Halloween around the world. Okay, and you might want to write more than just costumes. Write as much as you can. You can quote it if you need to, but make sure you're putting enough information in there that when you go back to it, you understand it. Okay, now if I were to find anything from Mexico in this, I would write it from Mexico and I would still put Halloween around the world. Okay, now in my next source, I can still put it under here. I just have to make sure that I put what source I got it from. Okay, so for my next article, I can still put it under wherever I find information, but it might be from a different one. So that's how we're going to do this. So once you have your thesis, you're going to start taking notes. So what are the traditions in Ireland? And I find them from the article. And then where did I get them from? The source. And I'll do the same thing for Mexico and Italy with all of my sources that I was given. All right. So gathering evidence, the success criteria for this, if you look down here at the red box, I gather information from at least two sources. You can't just get all your information from one. I've given you three 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 articles. Sorry, guys. It's the end of the day. And you need to use all of them you need to at least use two. And sorry, being grateful, you only have two to use, but you have to use at least two sources. The second one, I gather information that supports all 3 points in my thesis. You can't just leave a couple of these blanks. You have to gather all of it. And then I identify which source each piece of information is from, which that is the one in parentheses when you tell where you got it. So that's the success criteria. That's how you know you've done a good job with gathering evidence if you have all 3 parts of these, okay? So today and tomorrow, you need to work on gathering evidence that supports each point of your thesis. Once again, this is where you are putting it, gathering the text evidence graphic organizer, and this is due tomorrow. So you're going to work on it today and tomorrow. This thesis right here, use the one given for your topic. You should just type in the thesis that I gave you, the start of it, and then you will just backspace the 1, 2, and 3 and put your points here. And you want to also put your points in the boxes right here so that you know that's what you are gathering your information for. All right. And then tomorrow, it's same thing. Need to submit tomorrow for your first checkpoint. Tomorrow is your first due date. So you got to get this work on it today and tomorrow. All right. And that is it.